Yeah.
It's a nice instrument.
Now go ahead.
It's just in that mastering. It's just in that mastering. That song is perfectly done in the vocal. So it's just about adding a little bit of spices to the core structure that they created already, and just perfect that voice in the editing to give it its real sound to come out. Because the instruments are all set, but they just need to be pumped up in little bits that this guy who does mastering can do that easily, and also give it an interesting couple of remixes so it can be a single. We'll send you a couple of remixes maybe to reach out to a bigger audience in the community. Some like some dancehall, some like soul music, some like R&B, and some like house music. So that song alone can represent even 4 genres just by remixing it, and that is the core song. That one, like that's the original that you've already done. So the original, and then there will be like extended remix that could even have like a South African Afro sounding house that's taking up right now. Just towards the end, an additional instrumental.
Yeah, maybe Ras, I briefed Wildfire about the project that Mkwama Masimba is working on to build a global media platform. So on the broadcasting, you have a studio already.
Awesome, thank you.
Now,
thank you. I do.
Yeah, so Ras has got a studio in Australia, and the idea of broadcasting, because right now he's preparing some content, edited content, and we're talking about what best, how do we use this radio? What kind of issues can we write? If you were to write a community book, Mkwama Masimba is writing his own book. Maybe Wildfire, if you were to write a book for the community on the show that you just did with Mkwama Masimba, how best would you cover it?
I would cover it in a holistic approach with issues affecting the community in general, in the diaspora and everywhere, just basic issues, like even regarding to physical, mental, spiritual health, all just like in one discussion, because they're all different situations which we can generalize, and people can generalize some. So we just bring those topics and that are thought-provoking, that reach out to a wider audience. So on our side, we decided we will include some of the Australian audience, because mental health is an issue that impacts everyone in this global topic. So
maybe on Wildfire side, how would you approach it?
So what I thought I organized 1 or 2 interviews. I was thinking of different demographics around here.
I was just saying, Ras, I was just saying, let's hear from Wildfire how you would approach it, and then we can compare notes. You guys as broadcasters, yeah. Wildfire, any input on that?
Okay, so I think first is to get organized and share notes on how best to approach this whole concept and how to create it to be relatable to who is listening. Because at the end of the day, the content is not for Wildfire, it's not for Rasta, but we are doing content so that we reach out to the listener. And by so doing the listener, that makes up the mind whether they want to be part of the initiative or it's something that they don't relate to. So content has to be created in a way where it's relatable to the person that is listening to it.
Okay, the first thing is just to get to know each other. Right now,
That's right.
You didn't know who Wildfire is. And we are already talking about content before we even know each other.
Thank you very much.
And know who is who and what are your areas of interest. And then we can now go there to say the next thing is what brings us together. And you find that the common element is Mkwama Masimba. When he says he's writing a book, what does he mean? And when he says TV or radio, what does he mean? When he says hashtag and what does he mean? So we can then be able to carry that content, because for some, he could be misunderstood to be Mawere's agent. To others, it would appear as if there is some hidden agenda. Why would somebody say Zandi kwa Mawere? Then you come there, you don't find Mawere on the show. So is Mkwama Simba a pimp or a principal?
He is just a mentally advanced human being with his own ideas that are very interesting and beneficial when he talks about community. So as he's writing his book, he doesn't need to take a pen and a paper to write his book, because he's physically and social media wise writing his book to the world as he goes page by day on a live show. That's my own perception.
But why can't we write a book ourselves? The book according to Ras Zimbabwe.
Thank you.
Then the
I like your ideas, because now it's now my perspective. Okay, I like your idea.
Yeah.
I like your idea.
So you would
be
you would be building content around you.
Oh no.
Yes, and if it's to do with Mkwama Masimba, it would be your take from each of the shows.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether you were watching the earlier show.
Yeah, I did. I was watching them, and now I
Hello? 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 All right. I hope Ross can join you. So, my greetings, Tendes. So, Tendes can also write a book, his own book about Mkwama Masimba, but he can write his own perspectives. So, when we are encouraging storytelling, writing of stories, recording of stories, how best do we make sure that we are all provoked to write stories or to record stories so that future generations may find our stories?
Now I get what you mean. All right.
And Vamawere, agenda yavo chi chaizo. Agenda is for me to know who Teresa is. I don't have an agenda because I don't even know you. I'm just here trying to provoke the writing of stories and what we learn from Mkwama Masimba, not as an agenda. If you learn something that you need to share, then the platform exists to share those stories in your own words without anyone asking you what the agenda of somebody is. When a dog barks, I don't think we ask, what is the agenda for the dog? Is it to stop somebody from moving or something? Then I haven't been following consistently from the time got sick. Fine, you can only talk about what you have heard. Tende says, with his permission, I'll wire something in support of his well-being. Fine, I didn't ask that question. I'm talking simply about what Ras is doing. He's got a studio. He has energized others who have studios to start building the TV that Mkwama Masimba provoked him to be part of. D. Teresa, writing of stories based on mental illness, no offense in Rukudakuziva. Writing a story about the lessons we know that there are people who are not mentally sick, but they behave as if they are mentally sick. There are people who watch somebody sick and talk about his sickness. There are people who can build institutions around somebody's sickness, but they do nothing. You may find somebody in your family who suffers from cancer, and when they die, you build a foundation to celebrate cancer, to know more about cancer. Even if it's diabetes, if it's corona, there are many people who didn't know what coronavirus is. But today, we are better for them. And the deaths are recorded, unlike other diseases that don't have consistent statistics. So you can write about the mental institution. You can write about the lessons that you have learned from Koma Simba and record them.
True.
It could be verses, it could be chapters, where you just record number one lesson. What is fact? What is fiction? Is Mkwama Simba sick? Judge for yourself. Is he playing it up? Judge for yourself. What are the doctors saying? How did he get into hospital? Is it easy to be admitted to hospital? What did he have to do to jump the queue of people who also may need care? So there are many areas that you can touch, D. So I don't have, so we are looking at giving some kind of order. Yesterday I had a long chat, Wildfire with a person called Moses Machipisa. And he was talking about a generational challenge. You know what he was talking about?
No, what was he talking about?
He was talking about that the young people are prevented from realizing their full potential by old people. And the only way Zimbabwe can be lifted out of its challenge is if there's a reversal of power, that the old people must give up power so that the young people may be the people there in government. So if you were to convince, in the case of Zimbabwe, Mnangagwa to resign and give in to Chamisa, the country will automatically be better for that. So that's what he was talking about. So I asked him whether common sense, logic, and reason are age related. What do you think?
I think common sense is ageless.
Okay, Wildfire, common sense, is it ageless or age-centric?
It's ageless. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
To you, it's clear that it's ageless. To us, it's clear that it's ageless. What about logic?
It's still the same as well.
And Ras?
Experience also gives you a more understanding of things, Yeah, logic will be common, but, in this situation, with experience, you learn a lot of things in life that priceless to give to the younger generation, and the younger generation also comes with other things from the past life or whatever, inspiration, new inspiration that the world is not aware of, that they should meet halfway and then share experience and new inspiration. So both of them are equally important. So they cannot do without the other. Because I look out to my little nephews, they come out with some interesting inspiration. Even though they could be 8 years old, they inspire me with some music that nobody else would have given me. And that's the new thing. And then I have to adjust to that. So in reality, I see the importance of both. So the importance of the younger generation and the importance of the older generation meeting in a way of the collaboration being smooth.
So you are saying that age has something to do with logic. Yes or no?
We all learn from our parents.
No, I'm just saying yes. Yeah. Before you go further.
Yes, it does.
Okay, yes, and wildfire. Wildfire.
I say it's got nothing to do with age. I mean, if you are a reasonable person.
No, I don't even go further. So we have two views that can be covered. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So there are two views that need to be interrogated. Whether age has anything to do with logic. That the older you are, the more logical you are. So we will then open that to debate between Wildfire and Ras. Ras, you prepare for that. You document your reasons, and then we discuss whether there is anyone who is old preventing a young person from being logical. And then whether young people are oppressed in terms of reasoning. All right. And then Wildfire, the third one is reason. Do you think age has something to do with reason? Hello? Wildfire is muted. And Ras, do you think age has something to do with reason?
I was saying, we as human beings, unlike animals, when a young animal is born, it knows that this is a lion already and this is a snake. But we as people get taught.
No. I'm saying is yes or no, so that when we have the TV show, you will be on the side of yes or on the side of no.
Okay. I'll be on the side of because I was going to be in the middle of the collaboration of the two.
No, just decide which side.
All right. So on the side of the debate, well, let me start. Let me reverse a little bit from what I just said a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
Right. I said the young generation will learn from the generations before.
No. I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to go deeper. I'm just asking you to determine which side you are on. Do you think age
Ask the question again.
Does age have anything to do with reason? So that those who are reasonable, they become old.
No. Reasoning is just ageless. Some kids just understand.
So you are on the side. You are on the side of
yes.
That there's no relation between reason and age.
Yeah, some little kids are very responsible.
No. I'm just saying yes or no. Before we go deeper. Before we go deeper, I just want to know which side you are on. Yes or no?
question is still not 100% clear.
All right, let me ask. Let me ask Wildfire. Is the question clear to you, Wildfire?
Yeah, it is clear. And
it was very broad. I'm getting a very broad answer, but
he's just saying
answer like yes.
No, he's saying there is no relationship. Let's ask him, Kwama Simba. Good evening.
Good morning to you. Good evening, Kwama Simba. Yes, how are you, Mr. A? How are you, Palo?
So, Kwama Simba, did you hear the question?
Can you please repeat the question again, Mr. Mawere?
Common sense and age. Do you think common sense has anything to do with age? So that a person who is older has got common sense, a person who is younger has less common sense. When you die at 90, you'll have the common sense of a 90-year-old.
Okay, let me start by trying to define what is common sense. That's number one. Then number two, we also need to define what is ageless. That's number two. Then what is age-centric? So common sense to me is basically fitting in. Example, if I'm at a funeral, my conversation must be something to do with...
Kwama Simba, you're already going deeper. I'm saying, do you think there's a relationship, yes or no, so that I know which side of the debate are you?
Common sense is ageless.
Okay.
I disagree. Common sense is age-centric. Yes, it is age-centric.
So there is a relationship, according to you, between age and common sense, so that if you are younger, you have less common sense.
No. If you are younger, there's a certain way you show your common sense as a young person.
No, I'm just saying is from if you say yes, then I know. If you say I need to go deeper on it so that I understand what common sense is, then that will be the show.
Common sense to me is age-centric.
Okay, and then Wildfire again.
I think I've answered this. It's not.
You know, Kwama Simba was not there, so he just to repeat.
He's joined.
Yeah, but only maybe 15 minutes because my battery's dying.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. And then Ras, you answered it before.
Yep. As you get older, you have to get wiser.
Okay, so there is a relation. It's age-centric.
So that you can teach the younger generation.
All right, and Kwama Simba, your question.
Mistakes as we're growing up, we make mistakes growing up.
No, I'm telling you, Ras, you are already going deeper. We want Kwama Simba to go deeper on that issue on his show. I'm just provoking debate. And Kwama Simba, is there any relationship between age and logic?
Age and logic, there's no relationship.
All right.
But I would say there is I'll take the side. Yes, there's a relationship.
Okay, that's fine. So it's age-centric. Then number three, between age and reason.
Yes, there's a relationship.
All right. So Wildfire said there's no relationship. You say there's a relationship. So when are we going to have this battle of ideas? One idea saying there is a generational issue. The old people are wiser and they are not helping the young people. Old people have better common sense and they are not using it to uplift the young. So we will go deeper on that question. When Kwama Simba, that's the radio show, the TV show, age versus common sense, age versus logic, age versus reason. Are we okay as we prepare for this battle of ideas?
I'm in.
You are in. And Ras?
Yep.
Wildfire?
Good to go.
I'll join it.
No, I'm saying I can't hear you. I think you are far from the mic.
I'll join in.
Join in, or you are anxious to add your voice to it.
Yeah, I mean, it means I'm part of it.
Huh?
Definitely.
All right. So that is the one show. So if you are listening out there and you also want to participate in this great debate, there is no one who is right, there's no one who is wrong. But the mere fact is that we are talking about it. Because there are many people who say the youth, G40 and Lacoste, the battle is against, is on these principles that old people must give sunshine to young people, that women must be given power through empowerment so that they can become stronger and wiser women. So let's us discuss. Mpoma Simba, you wanted to say something before you go? Maybe.
Yeah, I would like to say to you, Mr. Mawere, I had a show today with my colleagues, Wildfire International Pacific, and I think I want us to have a meeting about our TV station. We've got a lot of things to really talk about. I'm actually suggesting we need a meeting about the radio and TV so that we move together as one. At the moment, we are organized. We are not organized as a TV station. I would say, since I just joined in, and I think we need to have a meeting.
No problem. I think, when are you available so that we can coordinate with International Welfare? Just to take a post-mortem. Huh?
What I will do, I can charge my phone for the next 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Then we need to have a meeting, please, as presenters.
No problem. Do you
need
need
a meeting
do you need me for that meeting, or that is your meeting?
It's I need you to be there as the founder, as the founding member of the station. I need you to be there. We need to have a meeting.
All right. But how did you find the first one? That was
the first one was great. It was very great. It was just like a freestyle. I was testing the system. We got so much audience, but I think we need a meeting as soon as possible so that we get organized.
That's you can't say that again and again. And so let's have that meeting. And if you are out there who is concerned about content, please inbox so that together we can find a perfect combination. The meeting will take place when the battery is on. But Ras, I hope this introduction with Wildfire, because I just called you to introduce you to Wildfire so that your broadcasting, we can find a common vehicle, Ras, so that we know what to do if somebody is in Venezuela and they are Zimbabwean or they are African, they want to be part of this highway. How do they plug in? And should we have an editor? Should we be freestyling? And you may sit with the equipment there, but actually don't know how to put a show together, and you'll be waiting for Mkoma Masimba to be able to tell you what to do. He's writing his book.
Yeah. That's right. He's writing his book. That's right.
Yeah.
So what I think, even this could be, if I had set it up properly. Are you recording this?
Yeah.
You can edit some of the interesting bits of the introductions from this alone, just the important keywords of the conversation, of the debate, or whenever the debate will occur, just quick little minutes when it's happening, and just what we discussed already is enough. The minutes are already within the recording. So we just get a copy of that, pick up the key.
That's what I've done. I've learned to record everything.
Yes.
so that some people don't understand why I record. Because then if I don't record, I have to repeat it. I have to remember what this one said. But in the long conversation, you could have 1 minute of something that can provoke someone to do something differently. So thank you. It's recorded, and we send you the link so that if you can edit it and find some useful things that can help somebody in London to say, how do I do this? I'm gifted. I post everything on Facebook every day, but I want to be part of a community of content producers. Then we call ourselves the producers. We call ourselves Netflix. But it doesn't mean one person has to be the host of all the shows.
That's right. Different hosts, different shows.
But we are going in the same direction. You may exit earlier. You may be on the fast lane. I may be on the slow lane. But each one of us is moving somewhere.
That's right.
So everybody is included. Everybody is welcome. It's not Mawere. That's what Mkwama Simba was saying. Let's go to a common platform that we all own and we are part of it. Not that somebody, have you ever heard someone coming to the show, like a WhatsApp group, and say, what is the show about? Surely, would you ask Universal Studios what the show is about? Would you ask Kim Kardashian what is the show about?
No way.
Yeah, you just get in and just fasten your seatbelt. And have you seen what Qantas is doing? Have you seen the new air flights, Ras? The new air flights, you take off going Norway. You know what that means? You are in the flight going Norway because of COVID. So they just fly around Australia and come and drop you where you started.
Wow, that's really full on, yeah.
And the first flight, the first Qantas flight was overbooked.
Yeah.
Because people just want to fly, but you can't go to London. You can't go because there are restrictions. So you can also have a radio that starts going Norway. But somebody will ask, where are you going? But what are you doing in the plane that is going Norway? Huh? Why ask instead of enjoying the ride? How many people want reason to be alive? Yet every day they live without knowing when they are going to die. So Mkwama Simba, I know you came in for the purpose of the meeting. I thought I would just aid you. This was a conversation.
No, that's good. No, at least I like the conversation too, and I'm in for this debate. I'll stand with my points.
Yeah.
Common sense is age-centric. Logic has got something to do with age. Those are my points. That's my side.
No, that will be the show, Mkwama Simba, where you are put under the spotlight to explain why you believe that a young person cannot think and solve a problem better than an older person because he lacks reason. And you are saying, let's wait for him to be old to solve a problem that is current. So we will be digging deeper into that. How many young people have changed the world? How many school dropouts have changed the world?
Countless.
How many people who look scruffy, but they've changed the world? How many people are looking for content? Yet Kim Kardashian, Trump has changed the world by having a president who tweets rather than talk to you. Either you like what he has tweeted or you don't like it. But the fact is, he has expressed his mind. How many people are in positions of high authority who don't even watch what is happening in social media, who wait for reports, only to wake up to find the world has changed through a tweet, through a camera, that George Floyd...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. I'll just test my earphones.
Yeah. So it's very clear. So I'm saying the world has been changed by the digital revolution. That those who used to claim more common sense because of age, but we're not going to debate it now. I'm sorry for digging deeper. This was just to decide who is on who. So if you are watching there are three things that we are looking for. Common sense, number one. Logic, number two. Reason, number three. Do you think these three variables have anything to do with age? Yeah, so that is a question for the public, but we will have facilitators to facilitate this conversation so that one can be on one side and the other on another side, and we give equal time to both parties to present their argument and the other one to present counter arguments, and then we conclude the show. Is that okay, Mkwama Simba?
That's okay, Mr. Wele, but like what I said, I just started today broadcasting. I was testing, and I like the system. I think I need a meeting with you, Mr. Mwere Wildfire, Tinashe, and Rasta in about 2 hours time from now.
Yeah, we have agreed on that.
Meeting.
We have agreed on that. I think
from that meeting now,
yeah,
then we can have to pay for it.
All right, and that's the end of the show because Ras is gone, and that was the purpose. Wildfire, do you want to conclude or anything that you may want as a parting shot?
No, I think everything has been said.
Your voice is not audible.
No, I'm saying I think everything has been said. All is left is for us to come back live.
All right. And Mkwama Simba, any parting words no, apart from the meeting?
Stan, can you do me a favor, please? Because I don't have a battery. Can you please just make a flyer? Meeting at 8:73. That's our agenda meeting. I want to send that flyer to other groups. I'm inviting my friends, maybe other people to come for the meeting. They'll be watching us.
All right. So what time shall he put it for, and what will be the title?
Let's say exactly 2 hours from now.
So 2 hours. It's let's say.
We can say.
Okay.
What time are you gonna be free? So let's just say 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Rasta, that means the 1 a.m. the site. Are you okay with that, Rasta?
Rasta is gone, yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Because we have to wake up here.
All right.
1 a.m. this site.
Is there any way you can do it earlier so that we don't disrupt?
Earlier we can do it maybe 1 hour from now. Is that okay, Stan? Hopefully I'll be having at least.
So if Tinashe is there, then we can record it. Yeah.
Okay, so if Tinashe is there, we can do it exactly. What time is it over there? It's about, is it 11:20 now?
Yeah.
So plus 2 hours.
It will be 1:30. 1:30. Yeah.
1:30 p.m. So we can just say 2 p.m.
2 p.m. and then you just do a flyer from Mkwama Simba to circulate.
Is that okay, Stan?
Yeah, and the title, what do you want to call it?
Let's work it out together. My agenda, I'll be meeting on the meeting Mr. Mawere, Tinashe, and Wildfire. Wildfire is not there. Tinashe, Mr. Mawere, and Rasta. The agenda is about building our TV. The first meeting on our TV station.
Towards building a global media platform.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
it's not just radio. It's radio and TV.
Yes. Radio TV, yeah.
And also those who can write. So it's also print.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the host is Mkwama Simba.
So Mkwama Simba hosting, yes. Then I'll give you a good photo of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yep. And I also put hashtag. I like those words. I'm going to explain why.
All right.
Yep. I will talk to Rasta.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so I'll catch up with you 2 p.m.
Okay, thanks.
Then I'll send you a photo as soon as possible. Just now.
All right, thanks. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.